It's game over. You were witnessing a force to be fraction. Grinding for gracious. Moving and tasking. Ruling the rest cause the movement's electric. This is our house and it's built by legends. Yeah. If they
back to the line of scrimmage, he'll throw it left side. It's up for grabs.
Standing like a brick wall to your best shot. Ain't no victory that can't be won. When you rockin' with the city made of champions. Come on. It's time to bring the thunder. Make the ground shake when we come. Come on. When we strike down, what you go? Come on. Make the ground shake when we come. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Here we go
And he's tripped up and sacked.
Let's go.
Let's go get one more.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show, which is sponsored by Chick-fil-A as the Spartans come to the midway point of this year and at home for homecoming. And Lauren, homecoming is, we talk about all the events, is a special time, is it not?
Yeah, it really is. It's fun to see some familiar faces coming back. In fact, one really familiar face, Brendan Presley, made it back to the game this week because the LA Rams played on Thursday. So it was great to see him back. Tyler Wright, one of our players, was homecoming king. So that was great. But as we always talk about with our team, the most important thing about homecoming is winning the game.
And you guys do that. We'll get to some highlights. Let's talk about the preparation. And we always like to highlight your practice players of the week, which is sponsored by Waldo's Chicken.
Yeah, without a doubt. Noah Ingles, our practice player captain for the week, has been doing a great job. I know Coach Flowers and the defensive staff have pointed out what a good look that he's been giving them. And then Landon Teinhardt, a junior safety, wide receiver, has been making some really good plays in JV, has been gaining weight in the weight room, and then also just giving a great look in practice. So we're really excited about these guys and appreciate the look that they're giving us on the field.
All right, Spartans and the Moore Lions will have your first half highlights when we come back.
Left side, heavy package. They fake them all. Running left field, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he skates into the end zone.
Proud sponsors of the Bixby Football Coaches Show are Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. Conrad's Roofing. When every nail counts, call Conrad's Roofing. Waldo's Chicken, where it's always made from scratch. BTC Broadband. Stay connected with us. American Waste. Big enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Now in Orthodontics. Transforming smiles. Roush Coleman Homes. Improving quality of life, one home at a time. Oklahoma Promo, products that inspire. Mabry Bank, because you matter. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, the results you want, the care you deserve. TTCU, life is better in balance. And by Explorer Pipeline.
Hi, I'm Macy, and I'm a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing you'll love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is the Dijon mustard with the pretzel bun. The Dijon mustard gives it a kick. It's a new fall flavor that fits right in.
Real team member paid for their testimonial.
People think we just pick up garbage, but what we're really doing? Powering homes, fueling progress, building a cleaner Tulsa one truckload at a time. American Waste Control, presenting sponsor of the annual Tulsa Christmas Parade and proud sponsor of Bixby Spartan football. Come out and cheer for our Bixby Spartans with your local waste and recycling hauler at each home game.
Make every occasion unforgettable with Waldo's Chicken and Beer. From corporate lunches to special events, enjoy our irresistible dishes, including breakfast. Waldo's full-service catering has you covered. We'll handle the food so you can focus on what matters. Waldo's Chicken and Beer, catering made easy.
Welcome back, Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show, which is sponsored by Chick-fil-A, the Spartans, and homecoming against the Moore Lions district game. And Lauren, usually the Moore Lions, a quality, pretty tough opponent.
Yeah, very tough squad, coached by Cameron Bennett in his first year, but he's retained most of the staff and off that quarterfinal team from last year. So a very good squad we had coming in for homecoming.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights, and these are brought to us this year by Conrad's Roofing.
We won the toss and elected to take the ball, and then coming out right here, Coach Schneider did a good job of dialing up a great play with some misdirection, and got Cord Nolan lost in some man coverage there and got him wide open off the play action. Right here you see our defense coming out. I think that's Nate Hobbs and Trey McLaughlin from their outside linebacker positions. Dawson Madden right there doing a good job squeezing the counter, Cord Nolan in on the tackle. Those guys up front doing good. Those linebackers triggering quickly, sometimes even a little bit too quickly there early. So we're calling them down just a little bit, and that defense is doing a good job shutting the run down. And here we go on the speed sweep right here to Jason Mall, get a little face mask penalty right there to pick up the first down, and then we come out in our heavy stuff right here. Jack Gill getting a great block right there by the last of the fullbacks, Carter Bell. And then we drop back, excellent pass protection all night, hit Tyler Wright on the wheel right there. Thought the offensive line did a good job. Moore was bringing pressure all night long, and we did an excellent job of picking those pressures up. Jason Mall there on the touchdown on the stretch play. And then defense bottling everything up there in the middle, playing good base defense right there. You see Cord Nolan from his linebacker position doing a good job sitting in there being patient, the defensive line squeezing. Really good pass protection right here. Carson does a good job stepping up in the pocket to find Connor Arrant, who got an offer from the University of Oklahoma this week, just a 2028 sophomore, but massive kid, massive player. And then you'll see a little razzle-dazzle right here on the throwback to Nate Gonzalez, and then Nate showing you what he can do with the ball in his hands, running that thing, getting into the touchdown. I think he had 3 touchdowns on the night, so another big night for Nate Gonzalez. And then getting good push right there, Dawson Madden from his defensive end position, Joe Peters forcing a punt right here, Tyler Wright doing an excellent job in their quick kick formation, dropping back, picking that up. I thought Nate did a good job of letting go of that block there, as not to get a holding penalty. And then the pin and pull play right there, and Jason Mall doing a good job, just so electric with the ball in his hands. Sam DeWoody, our player of the week, out protecting for him. And then a little more razzle-dazzle right here with the quarterback throwback. And then you see a bunch of our offensive linemen doing a good job, and I don't want to call it turning down blocks, but doing a good job of not taking the kill shot and risking getting a penalty right here. And then the kickoff to Nate Gonzalez, and Nate does a good job right there. He's had a bunch of big kickoff returns, teams that have trouble putting it in the end zone. Pooch kicking, and we're going to move Nate all around where we think they're going to kick. And then just a phenomenal catch there by Nate on the switch route right up the seam. Carson did a really fine job putting the ball on him right there. See Trey McLaughlin in the hard edge right there. That's a good job right there from the nickel linebacker position. And then guys up inside, Hector Garcia doing a good job getting pressure, and Tyler Wright does a good job of just kind of baiting that throw and then picking it off and getting this great field position once again. Offensive line right there, young sophomore Gavin Wilson, junior Caden Penny from his left tackle position doing a good job. Carson on the play action right here does a nice job making a good decision, pulling it down, just going ahead and picking up the first down with his legs. And then Jack Gill out of the heavy personnel right there doing good stuff, picking up the first down. And then right here the handoff to Jason Mall and the single wing formation that Coach Schneider's been toying with quite a bit over the last couple of years, so that's a lot of fun. And then defense stuffs them here. Really nowhere to go, putting a lot of pressure on them. We drop back here, find Emery Snyder. Excellent catch from Emery, excellent run after catch. Just a big target and huge catch radius out of Emery. He's doing great stuff on both sides of the ball. And then back to the single wing formation there. And then that time, quarterback keeps it out the back door, and just tough to read. The defense has to read their keys when you're in that formation, so it's always a lot of fun with that misdirection. And then right here, you see the defense bottle it up. Got all the guys up inside. I think Connor Arrant. You see Jack Gill from his outside linebacker position. Maverick Nance in. Good job by Braden Presley right there. Not getting the late hit. Emphasizing reducing our penalties is a big point of emphasis for us as we go. So you got the offense right back out here. Carson does a good job pulling that down. He was looking for the play action, wasn't open. Getting out of bounds, making wise decisions there. Really good pass protection here. And once again, we find a seam route. Tyler Wright wide open on that. Tackled at the 1 yard line, and then coming back here, we hit the wheel route right there to Gabe Blankenship. Gabe Blankenship really doing good stuff. I love his level of engagement and intensity in practice, doing, just being a real leader for us. And so Big push there up the middle by Joe Peters. Joe right there once again disrupting in the middle. He's got long arms, he's strong, he's a 315-pound cleaner. Joe doing really good stuff. Good protection right here. Carson steps up, doesn't like what he sees, shows off his wheels. Carson getting up to 20 miles per hour right there, and he's got sneaky speed and then doing a good job running that thing out of bounds. Good pass protection here. Carson stepping up in the pocket. We hit Emery Snyder on the crossing route, and Emery doing a good job with some yards after catch there. Catcher to Hart here on the wide receiver screen. Excellent block out there by Noah Ingles on the edge. Forcing the corner underneath. Catcher getting to the outside and then picking up lots of yards after catch right there, almost getting into the end zone. A little drop back protection right here, and I think that's Nate Gonzalez we find down the seam again. Wide open, attacking the seams, and that takes us to halftime score of 63-6, Mark.
All right, we're at halftime of homecoming and your second half highlights when we come back.
Gardner, dart thrown near side, tipped and picked at the 32. Interception down the boundary, 25-20, 15-10.
Craving comfort? Waldo's Chicken and Beer has you covered. Sink your teeth into our crispy southern fried or juicy rotisserie chicken. And don't forget our scratch-made sides like mac and cheese plus our original sauces. So grab a beer and get clucking to Waldo's. 71st and Yale, Broken Arrow, and Anawasso. Waldo'sChicken.com.
Some build legacies on the field.
Go for it. Parker is around the edge. He's in. The Spartans win the state championship.
While others build them over your head. If you want a winning roof, call Conrad's Roofing.
Looking for better home internet? At BTC Broadband, we've proudly served Bixby for more than 100 years, connecting our community's homes, schools, and businesses. We're your local source for fast, reliable home internet, with plans starting at just $47 a month. Get reliable service and speeds up to 1 gig on our growing fiber network, backed by friendly, local support you can count on. Call 918-366-8000 to sign up today.
People think we just pick up garbage, but what we're really doing? Powering homes, fueling progress, building a cleaner Tulsa one truckload at a time. American Waste Control, presenting sponsor of the annual Tulsa Christmas Parade and proud sponsor of Bixby Spartan football. Come out and cheer for our Bixby Spartans with your local waste and recycling hauler at each home game.
Spartans at home for homecoming against the Moore Lions in a very explosive first half. And Lauren, right out of the gate, were making some big plays.
Yeah, we were hitting on all our specials. Give the defense credit for bowing their neck, doing a good job of stopping Moore. Had a very talented quarterback, a returning starter, 4-year starter for him, and tailback number 0, who is extremely elusive. And Coach Snyder for putting together a great game plan offensively. And we hit on a bunch of our specials early on and got off to a great lead.
As we always mention, Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show brought to you by Chick-fil-A, and our highlights are brought to us for the second half, BTC Broadband.
Coming out here in the second half, we pulled the starters, and so we've got our second team guys and a lot of really good football players still out there that are second team guys working right here, but getting some valuable game reps. And then you see junior Caden Flowers right there picking one off right here and working to get into the end zone. Comes up just short, but a big night for him. He made a couple really good plays. It was his grandpa's first game ever to come to, so his grandpa picked a good one to see him with the interception and a couple big tackles, and so a big night from him. And then we're able to punch that thing in really quick and get a quick score, so proud of those guys. And then coming back out here defensively, got some guys running around, getting good pressure up front. Vinny Incremona, Ben Savant, some of those guys. Cole Seeger right there, big interception from his corner position. He continues to do really good stuff. Senior Jamel Holt right there at tailback. Jamel's physical, really had a good offseason in the weight room, and then doing a good job not only in practice, but when we put him in there in the games. He's a physical runner, does a good job staying behind his pads, and you see him right there with another excellent run. And then we hit the speed sweep right here to sophomore Kyler McGuire for his first varsity touchdown. Kyler's going to be a great one for us on both sides of the ball. He's a great wide receiver, and he's a great He's a great safety as well. Speaking of safety right there, they snap it to the back of the end zone, so get the safety, and then right here we get him pinned deep in our end zone, and Vincent Incremona right there on the big safety. So proud of Vinny. He's a tough guy doing really good stuff, and right there in the second half we were able to get a lot of guys good reps even with the continuous clock, and that takes us to a final score of 81-6.
All right, very successful homecoming game, and your final stats. Let's take a look at those. These are brought to you by Explorer Pipeline.
Yeah, you know, as we mentioned, a really big first half, and second half was pretty quick with a continuous clock, not a lot of possessions, but 22 first downs to Moore's 7, 626 yards of total offense. Defense held them to 122. Passing, we were 16-20 for 395, and they were 3 of 14 for 60 yards. Rushing, we had 231 to their 62. 8 penalties for 80 yards, netted out about 125 yards for us, so an area of emphasis. 0 turnovers was big to their 5 turnovers. Passing, Carson Kirby was 12 of 14 for 327. Landon Burr, 1 of 2 for 20 yards. Rushing, Carson Kirby, leading rusher on the evening, 4 carries for 69 yards. Jamel Holt, 7 for 61. Jack Gill, 3 for 50. Receiving, Nate Gonzalez, 4 for 97 yards and 3 touchdowns. Cord Nolan, 1 for 73. Tyler Wright, 2 for 73. Catcher to Hart, 1 for 42. On the defensive side of the ball, Trey McLaughlin led the team in tackles with 8. Dawson Madden with 7. Nate Hobbs with 5. And Connor Arent with 4.
Well, let's talk about the next game. You're heading on the road in district action, so take care of homecoming, take care of business, and the Edmond North Huskies Thursday night.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, Coach Carter Whitson, OU alumni, his dad, a longtime coach in Texas and then over at Broken Arrow, is an excellent coach, has a great staff, great pedigree. They've gotten a couple of key move-ins. They've got an excellent quarterback that started against us last year as a sophomore. He's starting point guard on their basketball team, and he's a year older this year as a junior. Got a couple of defensive linemen that I think are phenomenal. They're wrestlers, got a wrestling pedigree, so they're very good with their hands. Very physical. So we got a big week where we have to go on the road for a Thursday game and a short week of practice.
And we'll talk about the preparation for that obviously next week as well. But let's kind of see where you are. You're feeling pretty good at the midway point. Seems like there's not many holes out there as far as the operation.
Well, I feel like we've been doing some good stuff. You know, we have some veterans, and the veterans have been doing what you would expect veterans to do. I think for the most part we practice well. Our kids want to be good. They're tough, they're physical, and doing an excellent job not only on the practice field, the weight room, but also Friday nights when we get out there and have been physical and doing really good stuff.
Spartans undefeated, heading on the road for a Thursday night game against Edmond North. We'll have your player of the week when we come back.
Hi, I'm Macy, and I'm a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing you'll love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is the Dijon mustard with the pretzel bun. The Dijon mustard gives it a kick. It's a new fall flavor that fits right in.
Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Looking for better home internet? At BTC Broadband, we've proudly served Bixby for more than 100 years, connecting our community's homes, schools, and businesses. We're your local source for fast, reliable home internet, with plans starting at just $47 a month. Get reliable service and speeds up to 1 gig on our growing fiber network, backed by friendly, local support you can count on. Call 918-366-8000 to sign up today.
Make every occasion unforgettable with Waldo's Chicken and Beer. From corporate lunches to special events, enjoy our irresistible dishes, including breakfast. Waldo's full-service catering has you covered. We'll handle the food so you can focus on what matters. Waldo's Chicken and Beer, catering made easy.
My name is Laura Montgomery. I'm head football coach at Bixby High School. Dr. Nowlin has treated me personally with Invisalign. As a football coach, I appreciate teamwork. When you go to Dr. Nowlin's office, it's teamwork at its finest, from leadership all the way down.
Nowlin Orthodontics, transforming smiles, free consultations, and 0% financing.
And we're back on the show, and it's time for our Now in Orthodontics Player of the Week, and we'll head to the offensive line. And senior right guard Sam DeWoody joins us here on the show. Sam, welcome back. You were here last year.
Yep, thank you. Thanks for having me again.
Let's talk about your season so far.
Well, I mean, we're 5-0. We started off great. I mean, we've had such good practices this whole year, in my opinion, and I think it showed on the field. And on Friday, 81-6. I mean, that's a crazy blowout, in my opinion. And that's just because we've had great practices, we have great coaching, just all across the board, just everything.
Well, you always have some changes every year, and offensively on the offensive line. You had a couple of people move into some new spots. One of the youngsters moved in there at tackle, and obviously Thane Crawford moving in on the other side at guard. How is your offensive line meshed? I think the results speak for themselves, but just like to get your thoughts on it.
Well, I mean, left guard Thane, he's done a great job. He's a big dude. He's strong. He's a good puller. I think he's a great addition. And our right tackle, I actually got moved. I was left guard last year. I got moved to right guard to help him out because he's young, but he's done great. He's impressed me so much. I think he's probably like one of our best linemen in my opinion. He finishes blocks. I think he's a really good addition.
Talk about your running game a little bit. You had the new addition, the Mall kid, who is just lightning fast. And what's it like blocking for a kid like that?
I mean, he makes it easy, in my opinion. I mean, like I can get one hand on a block and he's cut and then gone. It's insane. Like, it makes it easy for us linemen, especially like us linemen. Our favorite types of plays are it's one play touchdown on a run, and maybe he does that a lot. So,
how would you say, Sam, you've gotten better from beginning to this point in your career? What are the things you've gotten better at, and what are you most proud of?
Well, I think I like to say one of my biggest comparisons from last year to this year, I think I've gotten so much more athletic. Like, I'm faster, I miss blocks so much less. I think I have better hands. I've just worked on all the little stuff because I know it'll make me so much better if that happens.
We'll look forward to the rest of the year. Talk about how excited you are. You've got a whole half the season left going into the playoffs, and you guys have put in a lot of good work.
Mm-hmm. Wow. It's crazy to me that, I mean, it's my senior season. We're already halfway through the regular season. It's kind of crazy to think about. But I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to spending my last high school season of winning games.
Well, we wish you the best, and thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Sam DeWoody, senior offensive lineman. We'll have your TTCU Youth Team of the Week when we come back.
People think we just pick up garbage, but what we're really doing? Powering homes, fueling progress, building a cleaner Tulsa one truckload at a time. American Waste Control, presenting sponsor of the annual Tulsa Christmas Parade and proud sponsor of Bixby Spartan football. Come out and cheer for our Bixby Spartans with your local waste and recycling hauler at each home game.
Hi, I'm Macy, and I'm a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing you'll love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is the Dijon mustard with the pretzel bun. The Dijon mustard gives it a kick. It's a new fall flavor that fits right in.
Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Some build legacies on the field.
Go for it. Parker is around the edge. He's in. The Spartans win the state championship.
While others build them over your head. But if you want a winning roof, call Conrad's Roofing.
Welcome back on the Bixby Spartan Football Coaches Show, and it's time for our TTCU Youth Team of the Week. And to third grade we go. Back on the show this year, Jarrett Hicks, coach of third grade Red. Jarrett, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, man, let's talk about your undefeated season so far now. As I remember you saying 6-0.
6-0. Yep, we have started off the season really good. We've got a great offense out there. We've got Bronx Money as our quarterback with a whole slew of other guys that can just play ball. And we're out there with motion. We're out there with shift. We're passing, running. Offensively, we look really good. Defensively, we look great as well. We've given up one first down the whole season.
We're going to talk about your offense and your defense, take a look at some highlights. Before we get to that, this is kind of the yearly question that everybody that stepped into the third grade is now your kids are playing 11-man, and how have they adjusted to a few more people on the field?
Well, I think we did a really good job knowing that we were going into 11-man last year. We started stepping away off the field as coaches, and so they started getting used to us not being out on the field. Obviously, we didn't prepare them for 11-man, but we just started trying to be one step ahead, and I think that has really worked to our advantage this year.
Let's start on the offensive side, take a look at some highlights. Talk about your offense.
Man, we are deep. I mean, we can run the ball. We've got a lot of speed. We get to the outside. We got a kid who can run up the gut on you, and he'll just pound it down your throat. We've got options. We've got passes. We've got bubble screens like the high school runs. We've got a lot of misdirection, and sometimes that's to our advantage, and sometimes it's not because defenses aren't typically maybe reading that sometimes. And so when we give a lot of different looks, sometimes they don't bite on it. But overall, we've scored 265 points in 6 games. So not too shabby.
No, impressive. Let's talk about your defense for a minute, because obviously they're playing a big part.
Yeah, our defense is top notch. We work really hard, and we haven't been scored on. And then, like I said, we've even boiled it down to say we've only allowed 1 first down this season. So we take a lot of pride in our defense. We read the ball really well. We've got outside contained down really well. I mean, we're pretty well rounded on it, and we work hard in practice. We always tell the kids it's you're gonna play how you practice, and so that's where it starts.
Let's talk real quick. What's your favorite thing coaching in Bixby?
Kids. I love the looks on their faces. I love getting involved with them. I love teaching them not just football, but just being a young man and what that takes, and dedication and all the stuff. We have a word of the week every single week, and last week was brotherhood. And literally, one of the moms got a picture of 2 boys. He had just lost the hog jousting, and another boy's over there, picking him up. And it was like a perfect example of brotherhood. And, I still talk to a lot of the guys I played high school football with still to this day. And so it's an interesting time to be a part of that at a different level. You know what I mean? I witnessed it as a kid growing up, and now I'm part of it as the adult facilitating. And I think it's a pretty special moment.
Well, I know you're having a lot of success. So 6-0, and wish you the best the rest of the year, and we'll see how you guys finish out and head into the playoffs.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Jared Hicks, head coach of Bixby 3rd grade Red, undefeated in our TTCU Youth Team of the Week. Now the Spartans back on the road this week, Thursday night edition of high school football at Edmond North. We'll see you next time. Proud sponsors of the Bixby Football Coaches Show are Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. Conrad's Roofing, when every nail counts, call Conrad's Roofing. Waldo's Chicken, where it's always made from scratch. BTC Broadband, stay connected with us. American Waste, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Now in Orthodontics, transforming smiles. Roush Coleman Homes, improving quality of life one home at a time. Oklahoma Promo, products that inspire. Mabry Bank, because you matter. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, the results you want, the care you deserve. TTCU, life is better in balance. And by Explorer Pipeline.